For a quarter of a century, a Kern County man has lived on death row. Now in an incredibly rare situation we almost never see, he will soon be set free. 17's Olivia LaVoice broke this story and has been following it for months. She joins us now with District Attorney Lisa Green's decision to not retry this murder case. Olivia?
Tammy, when we first started looking into this case a couple months ago, it was unclear if Vicente Benavides would die on death row or if he would get his freedom back after 26 years behind bars. Today, Benavides became the second man ever to have the California Supreme Court fully reverse his death penalty conviction and for the prosecuting agency to dismiss all charges.
It was extremely difficult. I think one of the hardest decisions I've had to make in the last 7.5 years. Many sleepless nights.
It's been 5 weeks since the California Supreme Court overturned the 1993 death penalty judgment against Vicente Benavides. Since then, the ball's been in District Attorney Lisa Green's court. She'd have the final say on whether Benavides would be freed or would have to face another jury trial for the alleged murder of his then-girlfriend's 21-month-old daughter, Consuelo Verdugo, in 1991. Benavides was alone with the toddler for no more than 15 minutes when he said he found her unconscious outside. At the time, doctors said the child was sexually assaulted so severely that it caused her fatal internal injuries. But decades later, the same doctors said they reviewed medical records that made them completely change their opinion.
Do you believe that the child was sexually assaulted?
No.
But that doesn't mean Green thinks he's innocent.
The evidence strongly suggests that Mr. Benavides is not innocent, but it also is convincing that he shouldn't have been doing his time on death row.
If she were to retry the case, Green says the theory would be a child abuse homicide of second-degree murder, for which the sentence is 15 years to life. But she says the challenges were ultimately too great, especially after the Supreme Court ruled the sexual assault evidence was false.
That's very difficult to go forward, even if we have the witnesses who say, well, yes, I do think there was physical abuse. The words false evidence are going to be every other word out of a defense attorney's mouth.
Now, the DA's office is scheduled to formally dismiss the charges against Benavides in court on Monday morning. Representatives from CDCR say once they get a court order, Benavides could be released within hours. Benavides is now 68 years old. He came to California from Mexico and was in the country legally shortly before he was arrested in 1991. Much of his family is still in Mexico, and they say they're anxious to get him back. If Vicente Benavides would like to be financially compensated for wrongful conviction, he'll first have to prove to a board that he is factually innocent. If the board finds him factually innocent, then he'll be eligible for a payout of about $1 million. We're going to continue to follow this story for you, but for now, reporting live in downtown, I'm Olivia LaVoice, 17 News.
And Olivia has provided in-depth coverage of the Benavides case. You can find it all online. A special section of our website, KGET.com, is dedicated to this case. It's called Kern County's Questionable Conviction. You can watch the original special report there detailing the nuts and bolts of this case. Plus, you can see other stories from Kern County's death row. You can find it all by following the link on the screen, KGET.com/questionable conviction.